is kicking off. I know we had some games last night, but tonight is one of the 2 games. Tonight we have on this stream Kosmic versus Tater bots. And you have Jiva and Sebi casting for you.
Hello, hello. How's it going, everyone?
Pause works.
So we got an interesting matchup here. 2 teams that have started off, I would say, pretty decently for the most part. Kosmic here coming in as a new team. I believe they're 2-1, and same with Taters at the moment.
Correct.
So I think this matchup here is gonna sort of be definitive and who's gonna be higher than the other in the rankings.
Yeah, both teams haven't really had a super easy start. We know Kosmic played Valkyries, and Valkyries has gone through some roster changes since that game, but they had a really good game against Valkyries, and they did play Throwing for Content, who was last season's runner-up for finals. Really good team also. And Taters, I'm trying to look up who their games have been against right now, but I definitely don't think both of these teams have had like an easy first run here in the beginning.
Yeah, and you can definitely see that Taters definitely have improved from last season. They've got sort of a mishmash now of Tater thoughts and bots and maybe a few tots as well, I want to say. But starting off here, we do have quite broadly come from both teams. We've got the Symmetra from Super Ninja here, for Kosmics. So I wonder how that's going to fare against Polish's Echo.
Kosmic doing a really good job of kind of establishing themselves on point, but Polish gets a nice first pick, and Chipmunk also following up on that.
Yeah, I think they, because they were able to get to point quicker, they were able to have more of a presence on point, but surprisingly Taters here were able to flip them quite cleanly towards the end there. We do see a big difference between the 2 Reinhardts here. Chipmunk is pretty close to getting his shatter already, Crossfire trailing behind about 20% here. See, Kuro is using that Immort pretty early. They might be able to actually get away with that. Aiden able to take out Crossfire to start this fight off. Now that's a pretty big pick, and it's going to be a free shatter as well, as we saw. Chipmunk does get 2 from that. Pick's going back and forth though.
Chipmunk does go down, but is able to, get that shatter off, and the rest of the team kind of capitalizes upon that. So nice to see. While Kuro's Immort field there was normally what you would say early, I think it was pretty necessary, especially as they kind of have little less heals, with the second being on the Zenyatta.
Let's see, Rage Quit here is being incredibly annoying right now in the back. Optimized, but wasn't able to get anyone, just sort of buying their time. Aiden with a juicy 3k. Make that a 4 now. I think we found play of the game here. And the teabag onto Rage Quit as well. Have I been calling him Aiden? It should be Adin, right? My apologies there, Adin. Alright, so this is pretty much turning into last fight territory. Kosmic do have all 6 ults here. Should be quite an easy win unless Taters do get the first pick. We do see quite a few ults coming online. Aiden does start things off and takes out Crossfire. Mag gets the res though. It looks like they are able to flip the point, but at the expense of using all 6 ults there, it seems. Fortunately, Crossfire here doing a lot of work and is pretty much at another shatter coming into this next fight, but yeah, you don't really like seeing them using all of their ults. Hopefully they can stagger these next couple of fights, build up ults. What did you think about that fight there?
I think it was kind of a necessity there for Kosmic to be able to take that. I know we don't like seeing multiple ults used, but I do trust that they will be able to build these up, especially Crossfire almost having that hammer down, which was massive for the team. So as long as they follow up on this.
I don't know if you caught that. Esdeath was able to actually get the hack onto Chipmunk, and then Crossfire there with the pin to take him out. So
the
aggressiveness,
nice I appreciate, especially because they had some pincering going on there, but you definitely want to be careful. This is, you know, you really need to kind of protect this point a little bit, and either the whole team needs to be with you, which was nice to see from Kosmic Dawn. They all did push up there. Otherwise, you can get caught out, unfortunately, in like a 1v1 fight.
Kosmics do need to just get a little bit more damage in so that they can have a few ults coming into this next fight. You see Taters here have 2 of their own ults. I wonder if Second is going to be using the trans aggressively. It looks like they're going to be using it to save their team here. There should be enough for Taters to maybe flip the point, but nothing's dying so far.
We saw some really good mines there on the side of Rage Quit, but Crossfire was able to kind of get rid of most of them to have a clean charge there back onto Chipmunk.
Doing a good job holding here. It's going to be tough for Taters to touch. I really want to see Kosmic here be really aggressive right now. Just completely stop them from touching.
This is one of those...
Rage Quit will be able to touch here.
Yeah.
Very last moment.
This is one of those moments you kind of hold choke more than you hold anything.
Oh, that was a juicy combo though between Esdeath and Crossfire. These guys are working like clockwork here. Aiden with the valiant effort there was able to take out Super Ninja, but not enough to take out all 6. Really impressive flip for Kosmic there. Taters pretty much took it all the way until the very end. Now it's the boot heavy map. Hopefully we do see Lucio's coming online. Maybe a bit of Roadhog.
I think one thing that Kosmic is really excelling with right now is with Esdeath on this Sombra. So we'd like to see Taters. I know we see Polish on the McCree, but I think Death has a smart enough game sense to sort of not play near Polish, not be near Polish. So I'm glad to see Aiden switching to the Torb, and you know, we're having a little bit more grounds to look for the Sombra here.
Well, it's interesting that you say that. Taters here are going to be running without a shield this time around, going for a pretty heavy boot sort of comp. I assume Polish is going to be there. So these to start things off. Kuro, you are out of the fight. That's a pretty big pick as well. No Immort here, just to bail out the rest of the team. Should be enough for Kosmic to actually take point.
You do see Chipmunk go down to a lot of focus from the side of Kosmic, so...
That's why Polish is on the McCree, was able to take out Esdeath. So I do like you were saying, Aiden on the Torb as well to help against Sombra hacks. But I don't know, it's going to be tough with no shield as well.
Very happy to see Kosmic kind of pushing up aggressively and holding this choke right now. I think teams really can excel when they do that, but Tater's doing a really great job of pushing in aggressively in return.
Chipmunk here is trying to go for a little flank. They might be able to take out Zuckerbees. Yes, they do. What's the plan here for Taters now? Chipmunk putting in work here right now. Super Ninja is able to take him out, but a little too late. Chipmunk's already done enough work.
Aiden now on a Sombra of their own to sort of battle back against this team.
That being said, Super Ninja here is putting a Crossfire, no, come back. A big boop there from second guess. The Super Ninja just putting in a ton of work. I'm pretty sure he's just got a 5k here.
There's a lot of little point stall there from the mines from Rage Quit, so kind of nice to see. They weren't able to flip that point immediately, you know, kind of had to slow play that a little bit.
Chipmunk again, just putting in a lot of work. Hack came out to try and get, I assume Chipmunk. It did land on Chipmunk, but that's pretty much it. EMP is out of the fight now. want to see a full regroup here from Taters though. They have time, and they've got quite a few ults as well. I'm liking these mirror comps though. The only difference is the heals, but it seems like Cosmic Dawn do have the better of them. Zucker these there. Take a bow, son. Make it 3k, make that a 4.
Really able to kind of, I was going to say, really able to capitalize upon the fact that Taters were pushing in and into this small sort of choke here, so.
It's looking like Aiden is going to be the only one to touch and trigger that overtime. I'm liking the aggression from the rest of Kosmic though. Super Ninja with the high noon. Is he going to be able to find anyone? Good job dispersing from Taters there.
And meanwhile, Aiden puts point.
Picks heavily in favour of Kosmic Dawn here though. Be very difficult for Taters to touch. And a nice hook to end things off from Crossfire. So the start for Kosmic there.
Definitely, I'm fairly impressed by that. It seemed fairly, there we go with the play of the game. It seemed very well coordinated. The Sombra hacks were on point. It was executed well. The follow-up was executed well. So sometimes it can be tough for teams to kind of, coordinate with their Sombras depending on the vocality on the team. So you can definitely tell that Cosmic Dawn talk a lot and communicate what they're doing and where they're going.
Yeah, you could tell the synergy was there, and I feel like it sort of caught Taters off guard. Whether it's going to do that for the rest of the maps, we yet to find out, but for now that was a really impressive play there by Kosmics.
One thing I think we've always said about Taters, though, and it's something because we've casted quite a few of their games now this season, is sometimes they do take a map to get their feet under them, and then they come back incredibly strong and incredibly aggressive, so really interested to see what they're going to do here on King's Row going forward, especially because King's Row is such a fan favorite and well-played map by everybody. If you know how to make this map your map, then it's usually pretty flawless in regards to what you can do on this map. So,
yeah, I have no doubt that Taters are going to give us a good showing here. Like you were saying, sometimes it feels like the first map for them is a warm-up. So hopefully we get to see more of them.
So we have no changes on the side of Cosmic Dawn.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? You see a couple of swaps here for Taters though.
So we have Chip Rage, we have Nido Zero. Polish and Second Guess.
Yeah, that looks about right. And we got both readies as well, so we should be good to go.
Gonna roll straight into this. I like teams that want to go, don't really want to have too much downtime in between. Either keep their momentum going and or really build upon what just happened last map and kind of come back with a bit of a ferocity here.
Yeah, I think momentum is quite a key component here. So the quicker you can get the games going, the better it can be for both teams. Looks like Aiden's got his one map and now he's going to be out for the rest of the game.
Ready for battle.
Alright, let's see. The defensive side here are going to be running that Ryan Zarya. I feel like we've seen them play a lot of Ryan Zarya recently, but showing us from the last map, they're pretty capable of playing other sorts of comps as well. We've got that Pharah and Torb as well with the Mercy Pocket and Ana.
As I say, not shocked to see Super Ninja here on the Pharah. I like the spam damage on this choke that we're seeing on the side of KD, but I really like the DPS mobility that we're seeing from Taters. The heal line is a little questionable to me, but definitely can be strong if they can focus this down properly.
I feel like there is going to be a few changes from Taters though because of Super Ninja. They've not really got an answer for him. They do have Echo, but I mean if Echo's getting pressured by Death, then I feel like they're going to have to swap something. Super Ninja here already starting things off, taking out the healers, so this fight is already heavily in favor of Kosmic. Hopefully we do see them push up. And yeah, it looks like Crossfire might go and touch their spawn doors. Man, he really wants Rage Quit here. I think Crossfire got a little too aggressive. Is he going to be able to get out? Mad Dragon's sticking to him like glue right now. And unfortunately he did get punished for being over aggressive there.
There is a res, but if Taters are able to block this res, which it looks like they're doing, that's a key moment, and they have to snowball this in.
It's going to be a really uphill struggle for Kosmic Omnix, or Cosmic Dawn, excuse me.
That said, really nice purple from Dr. Grill there.
Score is 1-0 in favor of Cosmic Dawn. Welcome, Dragon. A big shatter to try to bring things back for Cosmics, and it looks like they're actually able to flip this point around. I think that shatter was needed. Crossfire here just putting in a ton of work.
Taters were able to get 2 ticks there though, so impressive for them.
They do have a lot of ults coming online as well for this next fight. Is that going to be enough?
If paired properly, then yes, would be my response.
We do see Super Ninja did swap over to the McCree as well. He was putting in work the last map, and quite a smart idea for him to swap, especially against Polish and Polish and Zero swap. Pixar going back and forth. Zuckerby's putting in a ton of work, but it's looking like Taters are going to be able to take point here. With minimum ults as well.
Stop the payload.
Tater's choosing to move up aggressive here. Some of them.
Some of them being Rage and Finito.
Get some less, just keep the pressure on them, kind of, you know, push that payload as much as you
really
can.
Punish if they choose to. Looks like Chipmunk is there to save the day. Yeah, I'm loving this aggression now.
At this point, gotta be a little bit careful because all of Kosmic are there now.
I wonder who's going to press triangle first. Workrines do have their shatters on the flashbang from Zero. Shutting down Crossfire's shatter. That was massive.
And having a copy Zarya is a little bit scary because it allows Rage Quit to continue to build up this ult himself. Tater's taking some interesting pincery fights here. They're taking 2 different fights that, you know,
Did
2
we just
forward, 2 back.
Chipmunk there with the solo shatter? I mean, you gotta assert dominance somehow, right? Super Ninja still putting in work. And Cosmic's actually able to hold. It's a 2v1 right now. Crossfire needs to play this very carefully. Does get the immort from Dr. Grill. Wow, that's an impressive hold. What happened there? I thought Taters were gonna take that.
Tater's made up a lot of space though on that by pushing the cart as far as they did here. They still have a good amount of ults here online for them to use, so not sleeping on that.
Yeah, Cosmics do need to be careful here. They only have the 2 ults to work with. Zero does take out his counterpart as well, so things are going to be very difficult for Kosmic. Though Dr. Grill able to take out Zero before he popped his high noon. Needed with the pick, Mad Dragon with the res though.
Grill and that constant input of damage from the turret from death.
Do you see quite a few ults coming online? Is it going to be enough for Kosmics to hold? Picks are going back and forth though. Crossfire is taken out of the fight. Chipmunk's still alive and the Shatter comes out taking 2 down. That should pretty much be enough to seal the deal there. Mad Dragon just stalling for days. And yeah, that's going to be enough. He's going to be able to take second point with about 1:15.
Tater's doing a really good job of just kind of staggering these ults that they have and not using all of them at one time, so very impressed with them by doing that.
They gotta keep that up as well if they want to take this third point. They've only got 2.5 minutes left. So the last thing we want to see is them using all their ults and then having absolutely nothing for the next minute and a half. That was a big pin from Crossfire, though the frisbee is there from Polish. Big Deadeye there from Zero. Super Ninja is getting the picks as well though. Currently back and forth right now.
Nice bubble there.
Out with his life.
I was going to say, really nice bubble there from Rage Quit onto Nito during that pin to kind of protect and keep him up, but we do see Nito go down, unfortunately, with Cast a Curse.
Cast a Curse. Now the pressure is definitely piling on for Taters here. Fortunately, they don't have anything massive to work with the grab. They're gonna have to maybe pair it with the garage door.
That's all it takes sometimes, especially if you can get this Brine Shield down, you know, as low as possible. But even without the door at 0 is almost 75% back to ult here.
There it is, both garage doors are out as well as the grab. It's looking like Taters here are able to snowball. If I were them, I'd definitely want 3 on cart right now.
As we see that, we have everybody backing up to cart, so...
They need to stop watching the stream. We'll ban you all. Well, the shatter did come out, but unfortunately everyone got displaced from Zuckerby's. Doesn't matter though, it looks like Taters are going to be able to take this with 30 seconds left. Super Ninja doing his best to stall. Make that just over 20 seconds. Not the greatest time bank in the world, but it all depends on the Kosmic attack now.
Chat, thank you guys for the score updates. Katie, thank you for updating the Nightbot that I don't think we have on this channel. We'll work on getting Nightbot on this channel for that. Always a good reminder of some things that we need to update here.
So what did you think about that round there between the two teams?
I think what I just said there, that Tater sometimes take a map to get under their feet. They did a really good job. I do think something that we've historically seen from Taters, they do a really good job on defense. So I'll be interested to see what they roll out here. And it looks like they're going to be rolling out that Ryan Zarya comp, kind of keeping things the same. And right now, if it ain't broke, you know, don't fix it. So I do think Super Ninja... I think this long distance hit scan might be a little bit of a problem for them, but we'll kind of see how they play it. Being on the defense, they do have sort of the angles to their advantage, and they do have a little bit of dive ability here. So if Nito can sort of keep the pressure on Super Ninja, then I think Taters will be able to hold this for a little bit.
Yeah, I think Nito has to be careful here, especially going against two... I mean, you can count Anna as the third hit scan. So definitely have to play his angles well and pressure Super Ninja from, especially, you know, round balls, etc.
Yeah, but, especially if there's a pocket.
I'm liking this combo from Kosmic. That being said, Super Ninja has swapped onto the soldier now. as to start things off, taking out their counterpart.
I think a lot of these purples that we're seeing from Dr. Drill are really impactful, and Kosmic Dawn does a great job of kind of following up on them.
Because we're going back and forth to begin with, but it's looking like Kosmic are going to actually take this relatively easily, I'd say. Yeah, I think the snowball from Esdet there, able to take out his counterpart, pretty much sealed the deal. But we do see Zero. I wonder if he's going to be able to touch it. No, he's being sneaky. Hasn't been spotted either. Are we looking for that one clip? Unfortunately, isn't able to get it. And Man Dragon is there for the peel.
Able to escape out though. And it looks like Crossfire might be stuck in a little bit of a bad position if Tater can follow up on that, but...
Unfortunately, he was able to get out. Here comes the High Noon, followed by the garage door. Ooh, but a nice headshot from Polish.
Smart use of ult there and garage door there to kind of, in such a small, tight choke point, to keep them back and keep them focused back. I love Tater's aggression right now of, we're going to play up as far forward as we can, get as many picks as we can, and we're not going to let them move this payload.
Yeah, we definitely saw Rage Quit there touching spawn doors. I wonder if Cosmic Dawns are going to take a slightly different route here. Super Ninja on a little bit of a flank here as well.
But Zero was playing very aggressively at those spawn doors, trying to just discombobulate Kosmic Dawn a little bit and push in aggressively.
Looks like Zero is going to be here to try and pressure Super Ninja. And he is able to actually get him. I think Mad Dragon is going to be able to get the res though.
So I will say there were a decent amount of ults there on the side of Kosmic Dawn and on the side of Taters, so a little more restraint maybe from both teams would be nice, because I Rage Quit. I
thought Cosmic only used 2 there.
Did they only use 2? Okay. Rage Quit kind of used that ult there at the end when it was already a bit of a lost fight.
Oh, excuse me, 1. Yeah, fortunately for them, they did get Taters to waste, what was that, 3 ults? In exchange for their 1, and now they've got a ton of ults coming into this third phase.
Which third phase is one of the hardest to kind of push in sometimes, in my opinion.
I thought both channels had it. Nah, KE, this is like the unpopular channel. No love for channel 2.
There's some really strong pushes and picks here on the side of Taters.
Chipmunk with a last ditch effort was able to get 2, but unfortunately was weak, so did get taken out as soon as everyone did get up. Both DPS ults do come out. Second guess able to take out Esdeath though. Nanovisor coming out as well. Super Ninja able to take out Rage Quit.
So both tank ults here on online for KD.
Fortunately for Taters, Kosmic did use quite a few ults. A big shatter as well from Crossfire, able to find Gree from that. Looking like Cosmics are going to take this with a healthy amount of time on the bank. Talk about a David versus Goliath story here. This is going to be tough for Taters.
We've seen crazier things though.
Anything's possible.
Most popular stream, let's go.
Initiating match.
I do want to give a massive shout out to the DPS for Kosmic. I think they've been doing a ton of work here on this map specifically. Working with Crossfire and Zuckerbees as well, I feel like they've just been doing a really good job on getting the picks and making the space. I think Taters are just having a little bit of difficulty adjusting to that.
Pleasure working with you, McCree.
I'll be curious to see what Taters are going to pull out here. Looks like
We
on the
might see
side
that
of...
pharmacy.
I was going to say, it looks like on the side of Cosmic we're getting a bit of a mobile double shield. Those Sigma nerfs, I'm interested to see how this plays out, but they are having a McCree Sombra and the back Mercy.
Sigma's horrible nowadays. He feels so clunky. The Taters here are running that Ryan Zarya. They've got the double bird comp as well with the Ana, so we'll see how they do. Super Ninja is going to be in a lot of trouble if he's not careful. So Ganito starting things off, taking out Dr. Guru and forcing the res from Mag Dragon.
Yeah, I think if Taters can kind of just focus down these supports, they will really excel on these fights going forward, and that's kind of what we're seeing them do.
Putting in work as well to start things off. Was able to get the first pick yet again there, allowing Taters to pretty much get this point.
We're seeing a bit of a ping pong on point where sometimes one leaves and the other has to go back to cap it, so want to see them cap first before anything, but I really like the aggressive pushing that they're doing here to keep the space going. Very quick take there from Taters.
Yeah, that's definitely what they needed now. Hopefully they can stagger out some ults. They're going to need an ult or two pretty soon. They do have Chipmunk having his ult quite ahead of Crossfire here.
Would like
Kainu
to
does
see
come out from Super Ninja.
KD
Wasn't
play
able to
this.
find anyone though.
I was going to say, would like to see KD play this choke more aggressively, but it looks like they're kind of just looking to build up some ults here and get like singular picks first, which is not a bad idea.
It's going back and forth. I think the ult between Chipmunk and Zero is enough for them to take this past the first corner. They might actually be able to take this all the way if the aggression is there. They don't have a Zero at the moment.
But that's okay because Chipmunk and Nito right now are just kind of getting some staggering picks at the moment and making a lot of space to allow this payload to kind of continue to progress.
Yeah, if they were able to take out Esdeath there, that would have been pretty much it, and they would have been able to get a point. And now it's going to be tough as the whole team for Kosmic is here. Zero starting things off and taking out Esdeath and Super Ninja as well. The res does come out, but again, they're down one. Are we going to see a Sig 9?
No,
The
because
ults are coming back and forth between both teams now.
no Sig 9 since Nito was not caught in that. He was able to play
Huge
on
shot
point.
there from Crossfire.
I will say with only having a minute, I'm very impressed with Taters being able to push that far.
Yeah, that was solid distance there for only a minute on the clock. Yeah, that shatter pretty much sealed the deal for them. Bob did go for a nap, but
Initiating match.
seemed like he wasn't necessary there.
Who completed the tutorial for this account? It's level 2. That's a good question. I have no idea.
I feel like it was you. You made the accounts, didn't you?
No. I don't play on these accounts ever. It's somebody on staff is at some point doing something on this account. Potentially when we did our staff game. Could have been then.
All I know is I was opening the loot boxes. Or the
Next
loot box.
Next Widow 1v1 that we do, we will have Overwatch account 1 and 2 verse each other for opening game. We'll see which one's better on default skills. Start leveling these accounts up.
I could use another ult.
So it looks like from this side of Taters, we're going to get, happy to see a more proper hit scan, even though it might be a little tough here, I think, having to hit scan against a Pharah and Ashe with a Mercy Pocket, but Zero with a very early pick taking out Super Ninja.
Yeah, it looks like Kosmics here are going to go for sort of their bread and butter comp. Esdeath on the hit scan, Super Ninja on his signature, and the rest of the team just sort of playing what they need to play and want to play. Looks like it's going to be enough for them to get some work. And Super Ninja taking out Gnedo. Both picks are heavily in favor of Tater bots right now. And that's what you want to see from Taters if they want to hold this. They need to be getting most of the picks every fight.
I was going to say, unfortunately, Rage Quit's a little far aggressive there. Need to see the rest of Taters kind of push forward and protect Rage. At first, it was Chipmunk that was aggressive in the hotel room, but the rest of the team was there.
Zero is trying to chase down Super Ninja and is able to actually find him. So, pretty nice stagger there.
Makes for a scary ult percentage there on the side of having a Junkrat with almost having Pyre.
Yeah, Zero here with ult and Super Ninja at, what, 30%?
Yeah, but as Death is almost at 90%, so really need to see both DPSs sort of try and mirror each other here in regards to these ults.
Nice shatter there from Chipmunk, is able to find both the tanks. Looking like that's going to be enough for them to hold here. Doing a good job. They're close to, you know, 2 minutes now of holding. They just need to keep it up.
I've already pointed out these purples from Grill are massive for the team, and Grill almost at that nano. So that nano combined with maybe the Bob and or maybe the Shatter could really be impactful here for KD.
Yeah, Taters do need to watch out, and Super Ninja has also swapped as well. Feels like he probably wasn't getting enough utility from the Pharah, so we are going to see the double hit scan comp. That was a juicy tire from Zero, able to take out both Mad Dragon and Super Ninja, so that's one push yet again gone from Kosmic.
Tater's just kind of pushing Bob out of the point, burning him down, but also really good because then it helped. I think Second Guess already had the ult, but helped kind of just build these ults right back up.
And a big shatter there. It's looking like Chipmunk is actually going to be able to get to ult as well. Both Ryan's nano tier. Nice block from Chipmunk. The crossfire is going to Narnia and back. Is able to take out Pardush though.
Nice res from Second Guess, but Second Guess does go down, unfortunately.
Picks are going back and forth, but it's looking like Cosmics here are going to be able to take it. Nice bubble. I saw
nice bubble and Bob.
Sleep with Bob, but fortunately the bubble was in the way, and actually Bob's going to be doing a ton of work with the rest of the team.
It saves the point for the team. I really thought KD actually had that one kind of in the bag a little bit, but that Bob, that bubble, and then just the spam damage from Zero really helped keep KD at bay. So right now it's almost an even fight in regards to what Taters did on their push.
Yeah, alarm bells now are going to be ringing for Cosmics. Only have the 2, maybe 3 ults to work with here. We want to see this juicy grab come online. Super Ninja is able to get Nido. Crossfire, we've been seeing him just pressing L1 and getting a ton of value from it as well. But Crossfire there doing a lot of work, able to get that triple.
Taters will have a good opportunity for everyone to be respawned in good spawns, though. And you know, plenty of time to kind of recontest this, especially with the ults they have coming online. A big grab tire will make a huge difference right now.
Yeah, the only problem I see with Cosmics is they don't have a defensive ult, so you know, a tire alone could be enough for them to just win one fight. That's all they need right now.
And I think Taters know that because they are allowing a little bit of space here.
Well, a shot does come out from Crossfire. Does get slept though. That's what I was talking about. Zero coming into shot, and it's looking like Taters are going to take this. Talk about back and forth. Whew. Yeah, I think the biggest problem for Cosmics there was coming into overtime. All the enemy team needs is one fight win, so you need to have like a defensive sort of ult or, you know, like a Baptiste to deal with those tires. And it was just a matter of time. Big numbers though from both teams. My voice just cracked because
I laugh at you. Alright, I'm gonna make you lobby owner for 1 second because I gotta run downstairs for a quick moment. So you do the swaps, and I will be right back. I'll mute so chat doesn't have to listen to my dogs if they start.
Okie dokie.
All right, Chad. Apologies for any dad jokes I had to leave you with.
I was pretty quiet. I'm just dealing with swaps right now.
If you want to give it back, I will swap those names around.
Thank you, thank you. If I can give it back to you. There we go.
Just keep an eye out for whoever the Kosmic member we're missing is.
Yeah, Super Ninja. I think he's dealing with McDonald's Wi-Fi at the moment.
I would love some Wendy's right now. Chat, that begs the question. Burger King, Wendy's, or McDonald's?
The score is 1-1 at the moment. I'm not a big fan of Burger King, and I've never tried Wendy's. I'm not a big fan of McDonald's either, to be honest. Neither?
Neither. I can understand neither, but if you gotta pick one when you're on a road trip and you have no other option, that's like, this is one of those hard-hitting questions.
I haven't had Wendy's. I can't give you an honest answer.
Wendy's has spicy nuggets. It's always Wendy's.
Nuggets are gross.
And that, guys, is why America left the UK all those ages ago. Because we knew.
If you like chicken nuggets, you need to be taken behind the shed and shot.
That's a terrible thing to say on stream. Do not do that. BK is bad. Wendy's is superior. Thank you, Katie.
I think we can all agree that BK is bad, though.
I think the one thing BK had going for them at some point was they had really great chicken strips. But those only lasted for, like, a season kind of thing. But, chat, I'm actually interested in hearing your guys' opinion. So this is a 1-1 to both of these teams right now. We already heard Super say, TB looked better map 1, and they got more mark progress on King's Row. KD looked really not so dominant on map 1, but they actually took map 1 and then kind of fell back a little bit. So what kind of comps do we think would excel for these kinds of teams here? I think when we see on KD, when we see them play the Sombra, it's very complementary to their play style and really good for them. So maybe a dive for KD, but I think we see a really strong sort of defense on the side of Taters. So kind of interested to hear what you guys have to say about. It's 1-1 right now. Interested to hear what you guys have to say about. What do you think both of these teams' comps excel on, or maybe are a little bit weak on? We haven't seen a dive from either of these teams, but I feel like a dive from Dawn, would be super strong, in my opinion, but kind of also knowing Taters a little bit more personally, I know that they could play dive themselves and or could potentially counter dive themselves, so it's interesting. I think it's always going to be dependent on who's in what maps, but I think TB takes this with the current trend. Okay.
Taterbots definitely have a sort of flanky DPS, really helps them out from what I've seen. They've got the DPS and the sort of mechanics there, so to allow one person to be annoying on the flank while the rest of them do work.
Doc
and it can be
brig.
literally anyone.
So I can understand Doc playing a good brig, but I gotta be 100% honest right now. I think if Doc is taken off of Ana, it's gonna hurt KD a little bit. She's getting some amazing purples that the whole team is collapsing on. So I really think her on Ana right now is very key for this team. And she's also just getting the healing capabilities off of Ana as she's needing, because she's getting her ult very quickly. She's keeping her tanks up. Her use of the nano is also really intelligently used. Normally we're seeing it go on the Rhine, but that Rhine is really, Crossfire is making some incredible space for the team initially, and the DPS are kind of just following up on that. So
real quick, Super Ninja's PlayStation has overheated, so they're going to have Dylan for DPS and Mag back for support.
Okay. I think Mag is doing a really good job. So I think the Mag Doctor combo is really good. Mag is kind of helping to stall point, kind of being everywhere that you need to be as a Mercy. So
Yeah, I think Mag's doing a really good job on the Mercy, getting the heals and the reses as well.
there's
Really
some really
complementing
incredible reses.
the rest of the team. And then Grill as well, with the way Grill uses the cooldowns of Ana is actually really nice to see.
Did Taters give the ready? I know that was a couple minutes ago, but I just want to make sure that we have another. Is Polish still in? No. I'm just gonna at the Taters. When did we ask for readies though? How long ago was it?
We got both ready, so we can start.
Okay, so we're gonna go. Sorry, chat. I ran downstairs. That was my bad.
It's okay, chat will always blame you.
Delay is on me.
Traveling to Hanamura.
Give a heads up on the other game right now. Throwing for Content is up 2-0 against Rogue Nice. So
Initiating
on our first stream, I'm sure a lot of you are watching it, but definitely some really good games tonight, in my opinion.
I think we got the better of the two, though. This game is pretty much anyone's game right now. Seems like.
I honestly, with all of the teams that we have in the league at the moment, I don't think there's ever, when two games are at the same time, a better game. I think every game has the potential to be close or be good, and/or some of the games, you know, some teams are on a small, not winning streak. I personally prefer those games because I would love to be able to cast when they take that, and all of those teams have that capability. So every game is still a good game right now, in my opinion.
Ours is always better, though.
Ours is always better.
Yes.
Something like that. So looks like from the side of Taters, we are getting that Rein Zarya again. Zero staying on the Junkrat. We do have Nito still on the Ashe. Looks like we're going for stronger heals this time, along with the Bat Mercy.
Yeah, Cosmic Dawns here are going to go for a slightly different comp with the Sigma Ball this time around. They do have the double hit scan, Zombie Dylan of course coming in, playing his signature Ashe this time around, along with Dr. Grill on the Bat and Mag Dragon for the pocketing on the Mercy. So, I do like to see the double Ashe with the Mercy pockets coming out. Who is the stronger hit scan though?
This is Super's first map out of the night, so really interested to see if that's going to kind of affect Cosmic Dawn, which it doesn't look like it is. They're still really pushing in very aggressively, you know, trying to make some... They're making good space, but they did unfortunately kind of lose Grill early there in that fight.
Kaneda doing a good job stopping that push though, able to take out Esdeath? Was it Esdeath? I think it was, with the help of Maka. Crossfire does swap onto the Reinhardt though, so we'll see how this goes. Big Rick and Crossfire are both coming in quite heavily now. Fortunately a little slow with the Immortal from second guess. Crossfire was able to take out Rage Quick, though all the picks are going in favour of Taters right now. Crossfire putting a lot of damage. Surprisingly, he's got to ult before Chipmunk there.
Almost wonder if the Sombra would help KD on this map, because they do a really good job when they play that Sombra. A Sombra EMP really helps you get through choke, but looks like the tanks are just pushing through choke. No contestation right now.
Yeah, especially combining the Shadow with the Sombra really helps them out. But a really nice bubble there from Rage Quick was able to stop the Shatter Esdeath there. So, even without the Sombra, it seems like Esdeath really works well with the tanks, whether it be ults or cooldowns. We just saw that there with him and Big Rick.
I liked the intention from Taters there, though. They had the Bob kind of in the back to stop anybody coming through choke, but unfortunately the rest of the team was just kind of, the tanks were there already, along with Death, so made a lot of point presence, and they were able to kind of just push in and do what they needed to do.
Now Kosmic's here, coming with a pretty healthy time bank, bless you.
Wasn't a sneeze. I was gonna say, interesting rotation against a Junkrat.
I will say this fight will sort of start at around 4 minutes 15, though the Shatter does come out and finds 2. I think the rest of the team are a little further away. We do see a big pin here from Crossfire. But guys, don't C9 here. Oh no!
I think in that
Can we get
situation,
Charlie Niner in chat?
yeah, unfortunately Tater's got a little focused on solo grabbing Crossfire, taking out that tank, and all being up there and being a presence up there. And then we saw, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was Mako or Second Guess who was on the map. One of them tried to drop to point, along with the Echo tried to drop to point. Sad to see. Sad to see. But I do think Taters will learn from that little mistake that occurred there.
I mean, the only problem with them C9ing is the fact that they've gave Cosmic Dawns just over 4 minutes now.
Yeah.
If it was, you know, when Cosmic's had 1 or 2 minutes, it's kind of whatever, but with 4 minutes, that's going to be really tough for Taters here. And, I mean, I'm sure they're kicking themselves right now.
They really need to snowball this first point, and I think we're seeing that with them trying the double bird comp again. It will be an interesting first push here. Big rip from chat. Cross 9.
Yeah, that's a big old rip.
But we have seen teams do it, and we just saw Taters take a 4 minute versus a 1 minute, so I'm not, you know, even if they don't get the time bank in their favor here, I wouldn't say they can't do it.
Yeah, it's still possible for them. Just makes it that much more difficult with the added pressure.
Taters
But
seem
now
to
Cosmic's
sell
here
on
are
that.
running with the double shield, double hit scan as well, pretty much the same comp as for defense this time around. I think it's smart to run the double hit scan, especially with Zero and Ganido playing double birds. It's going back and forth. Zero was able to take out Dr. Grill before being taken out by Zombie Dylan himself. Ganido doing work as well, taking out Mag. Okay, Cosmics do need to be careful here as they have no healers right now. Crossfire takes out Ganido with a pin.
But Chipmunk follows up on that.
Seems like Crossfire is literally everywhere on the map. You blink and he's on the other side of the map.
Advantage here for Taters is they have, a couple of them did go down early, but they have the spawn, so they can get back quicker, and they can take this point.
Second Guess is able to take out Big Rick though. Mad Dragon able to get Big Rick back up. Zero taking out Death. Is sort of a scrappy fight between the two. Shadow does come out. Chipmunk is able to take out Zombie Dylan as well from it.
Not
Take
the,
that Dr. Grill as well, and it's looking like Taters are going to finally be able to take this, but not before Crossfire tries to get take someone down with him.
I'm on fire.
So I'd say, yeah, that was a very back and forth fight, but they are going to be able to come into this next point with just over 5 minutes.
a lot of ults on the side of Taters here, either on point or being built.
Yeah, you can say the same for Cosmics as well. They do have Death definitely having the ult right now, but Crossfire just got his, and Zombie Dylan and Dr. Grill, and Mad Dragon in fact, everyone pretty much got their ults, so starting things off. Zero is able to get one with the barrage. Fortunately, Zombie Dylan wasn't able to punish it quick enough. It's going back and forth. Mad Dragon does get a big res there though. A big shatter as well from Crossfire. That's pretty much going to be enough for them to defend from the first fight.
Difference of KD here versus Taters is they were very cognizant of point and making sure that they had somebody, two people at all times on point.
Interesting use of High Noon there from Death. Would have hoped that they'd save it, but might have been Fat Finger or
Also building it up very quickly so I can understand the usage of it.
I'm sorry?
He's building it up very quickly so I can understand his usage of it.
Yeah, as you're saying that, as that is at a quarter of the way already. Shat does come out, unfortunately doesn't get anyone though. Nice shield there from Crossfire. Nice sleep from Second Guess, but unfortunately woken up by Chipmunk. Crossfire just putting in a ton of work right now. Dude, this guy is scary on Ryan. Now that's going to take a lot of time off the clock. Big Rick able to take out Ganido. Are we going to see a res from Maka?
Good burning going on this from Zombie Dylan's dynamite there.
Looks like Ganido's already back into the fight, so hopefully Taters do push in with this now. Zera looks like he's looking for the barrage. Unfortunately taken out by Grill. Do see a big shatter yet again from Crossfire. Like Crossfire's already at 30% of his ult yet again. What do you think Taters need to do here to deal with Crossfire?
I don't think it's dealing with Crossfire per se. I think it's dealing with the supports that are very much pocketing Crossfire, and they're smart to do that. I think if they can get rid of those supports first, and then, you know, maybe work on getting rid of the rest after that, it would be smart for them.
Well, dealing with the supports, they do have quite a few ults here. Maybe gonna be enough for them to take out the supports and hopefully flip this point in their favor. Speaking of ults, do see a massive grab. Oh, followed by a shatter as well. It's looking like they're gonna actually be able to take this point now. Unless Kosmic can stall.
At this point, that was effectively 18 kill. It's hard for, I was gonna say, really hard for Katie to touch. Liked the coordination that we saw there at the end from Taters. So even though they didn't have the time differential in the bank right now, it's 33 seconds better than they did last map, and they already showed that they can do a lot with, you know, being under the pressure.
Did they break Crossfire's shield, or did he let go of his shield for that shatter to go through?
I'm not entirely sure. I think there was just a lot of damage incoming from different ends. They had the grab come in, and then we had, you know, the damage from the Pharah happening from behind, and then potentially we had a turn from the shield, which meant the hammer down was perfectly timed. So, chat, if you guys saw that, and you can clear that up for us, that would be great.
Yeah, I think, I do want to say, I feel like Taters might actually benefit from having another shield here, just to make sure that these big shatters from Crossfire don't go through, because all night we've been seeing Crossfire just going in some pretty big shatters, 3-4k, or 3-4 man shatters. So it may just be that, you know, the extra shield might be enough.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
But it looks like Taters here are going to go for that double bird Ryan Zarya comp, along with the Ana.
The double shields would help Taters, but also this this bubble from Rage Quit on 2-0 is really making an incredible amount of space, especially from the DPS getting picks perspective.
Speaking of Zero, he is taken out by Zombie Dylan. To start things off, Maka is able to res here, but no more res for Taters coming into this fight. Nido with a big pick. I assume that's going to get res by Mag Dragon. Yes, it is. Taters slowly making their way onto point. Nido yet again taking out Zombie Dylan. Oh, nice sleep there from Dr. Grill. That would have been troublesome for Crossfire if Chipmunk was able to get that in off. And there it is, the shatter to start things off. Though Zero is able to take out Mad Dragon, it might not be enough for them to hold it. Shatter comes out from Chipmunk, unfortunately was blocked by Big Rick and his bubble. That's a scary high charged Nano Zarya that they need to watch out for.
Rez able to get off though from Maka. Like to see somebody sort of kite Maka back to the team, because right now Taters really should not be pushing in without her, especially with having that Valk online.
Yeah, would like to see one of them maybe taxi Maka back. No, it looks like Maka is just going to go for a little stroll. And here we go, Zero picks Maka up. Zombie Dylan taking out Ganito, that's going to be a big pick. Maka has nowhere to sort of get that res off either, so this is going to be really tough now for Taters coming into this last fight. The grab does come out. The barrage as well, Zero getting 2. They need to touch.
Zero is hovering around on point and the rest of the team drops.
Zero's able to find 3 there. Mad Dragon able to get the res onto Big Rick. The grab comes out by Rage Quit. It's looking like Taters here may be able to take it, but that was a pretty big shot there from Crossfire. It might be enough for them to hold here.
There's a nice return shatter on top of a res there.
Really nice nade as well from Second Guess there. Things going back and forth, but it's looking like Cosmics are going to be able to hold there. And that looks like anyone's fight.
So right now this map is still extremely important due to being 1-1. If this map draws, map 4 will be the deciding factor for both of these teams. If one team takes this map, then map 4 is still massively deciding factor on keeping everything alive.
Yeah, I want to say the third map is definitely the biggest deciding factor. I feel like once the score is 2-1, it's pretty much additional pressure against the losing team, and I feel like it's really tough to recover from that.
Ready for battle.
And before these teams prove me wrong.
But again, what we just saw is Tater's made some incredible space, only a minute and a half, really pushed in aggressively. If they can kind of bunker down a little bit better on this defense instead, still very winnable either way. At least that's what Sam gets more value than the Torb. I agree with that, Katie, but he's also a really good Sombra, scary Sombra, and they have enough time to play a Sombra here, but we are seeing him on the McCree, so.
Yeah, as Death was doing a lot of work on the Sombra, you can tell that like the comms are on point for Cosmic Dawns. We do see Ganito here onto the Mei this time around for the defense. Be interested to see how the wards are gonna work in his favor. I suppose with the way Crossfire is aggressive, a Mei would actually be huge, and it looks like they were able to bait him in there as well. Crossfire needs to be careful with how aggressive he is now.
Yeah, that Mei wall is going to make a huge difference now going forward in these fights, especially if Taters can capitalize just like they did. Zero just getting Zero getting a lot of picks right now. Almost has this ult online, but might be going down. Yep. A little too far aggressive.
Are we going to see a res there from Maka? Maka is burning right now and needs to be careful.
The team is looking like they want to protect this res and want to go for it and want to allow it to happen. But I don't know if Maka has it online.
Players do need to play really carefully here. That's a lot of damage gone from their team now. Zero is slowly making his way back, but Zombie Dylan there.
I would say a Mei wall would have been really clutch to kind of prevent any more pushing.
Oh, that was a huge nade from Second Guess. I don't know if you caught that towards the end there, but that was massive.
Especially knowing that Zero was back and able to have ult and kind of help the team out, even though Zero did go down.
is doing a good job here of sort of staggering their ults as well. They do have the Nano and the Shatter coming online, and the Blizzard as well.
Bob on point,
Bob's trying to
Captain
do
Point.
something, but Bob just went for a little yeet off the map. Here comes the Nanos from both teams. Oh, that was Big Purple again from Second Guess.
Really nice Blizzard to take out both tanks here a little bit, if possible.
The High Noon does come out. Unfortunately, he isn't able to get anyone because of the shield in his face. Oh man, Bob is throwing.
I like the intelligence we're seeing from Nito to kind of drop that wall, knowing that it wasn't really good for anybody. Didn't wall anyone off, didn't help the team at all, so just drop it immediately. Continued to allow the team to progress here with their aggressiveness.
Now Taters have lost 0 yet again. Are they going to be able to hold this for long enough until he returns? Never mind, Muppet does get the res. We do have both Ryan's ults online. Chipmunk does need to be careful as Crossfire has been getting the better of him with these shatters tonight. Oh, and a nice block there from Chipmunk. A nice counter shatter as well.
On top of that follow-up with Zero.
Massive grab there from Rage Quit. Is able to find the Reinhardt. Can Rage Quit get these staggers?
30 seconds remaining.
Looks like they can. This is actually huge for Taters right now. Kosmics do need to swap to a more mobile comp now to see if they can touch this last moment. Oh, and another extremely valuable pick right now. Only 10 seconds left. Do see a couple of swaps from Kosmics, but spawn time is just taking forever. Nice job from Zero as well to move Big Direct back to stop him from touching. Man, what a roller coaster of emotions that game.
Play of the game.
I think that answers our question of the shield was pretty much broken, which allowed the hammer down.
Ton of heals and ton of damage as well from both teams. So we were supposed to be playing Junkertown, but apparently it's still sort of buggy, so we're going to be going to Route 66 instead.
Yeah, so Junkertown is getting moved to the end of rotation for Tier 2, since unfortunately for almost, a month now at this point, they have not fixed it. We're hoping by the end of all of this it will be fixed. I know T3 were luckily not having an issue with it, and were able to get their game in with it, but our intention is not to remove Junkertown, but just to kind of delay as long as possible. Still give teams time to kind of adjust, instead of telling them the week of, let them properly adjust and practice. So we're moving it to the end of the rotation here instead. Try and do that responsible thing sometimes. And then if you can get me some swaps and readies.
Yeah, it looks like Zuck is coming in for Cross.
Okay.
Polish in for Nido.
Quick update on the Rogue Knights game. It is 2-1 right now. TFC up. just in case people don't have the ability, or sometimes people watch at work or such things like that and have to switch between streams, trying to get little updates on what's going on.
And we got Kuro coming in from Nido.
Kuro has internet?
Not for long.
But on the side of Cosmic, it looks like we got a ready, so they're good to go. And we have a ready from Taters. So let's just make sure everyone's on the right teams. They are, and we're gonna go.
Route 66 is one of the better maps, I want to say, for Escort.
Definitely an interesting map in regards to the comps that you can play. You can play dive attack, dive defense. You can play, full bunker defense. You can. It's a very interesting map. It's a good map because it has a lot of different pathing.
Angles.
Yeah, and things that you can do, especially first point. Once you hit third point, you lose that a little bit, but not like incredibly. You just have to become a very flanker-esque team.
Yeah, you can definitely be more flexible with the comps, especially for first and second point. I think third point is a little more claustrophobic.
Statistically speaking, I usually get most of my
But yeah, the first 2 points are really, well designed to sort of play anything you want.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Now let's see, Cosmics here are going to be running the Rhine ball. We do see Esdeath come onto that Sombra, so hopefully we do see more sort of hack shatters coming online. Zombie Dylan on the Ash, Grill on the Baptiste, Mag Dragon as well on the Mercy.
Beacon in place. 1. Attackers incoming. Stop the payload.
Taters here are going to be running that classic Rhine Zarya with the Hanzo and Farah, so they are going to have the capability of running that Grab Dragon or even Grab Barrage. Chipmunk starting things off, taking out Esdeath. It's just what you want to see from Taters. It's a strong start for them. I feel like Zuckerbees is going to be a thorn in their backside since they don't really have an answer for him right now. Zombie Dylan able to take out Zero though, the res is there from Kuro. I'm liking the aggression here from Chipmunk. Now things are going back and forth. Zombie Dylan able to get Zero with a nice headshot there. I'm liking the high ground from Rage Quit. Rage Quit. Oh, and a huge shatter there from Chipmunk. He's able to find 4 and probably going to be enough for them to take it, though Esdeath able to take out Chipmunk through the garage door. A nice res there from Mag Dragon, able to bring back Big Rick into the fight. Yeah, I feel like they're just having difficulties dealing with Zuckerbees right now. Maybe worth actually swapping one of the DPS to, Sombra to deal with him.
I'm gonna go offline for 1 second, I'll be right back.
Nice shatter there. Able to find 3 from Big Rick. Picks are going back and forth right now. Hits need to back out here.
Let me get you patched up.
Hello nation, welcome. And Xiaotech, thank you. We do try.
Damage boost engaged. I will not waste this.
Okay, it's finally back here. EMP does come out and finds 2. Gonna be enough to take out Rage Quit though, with Zombie Dylan's Dynamite. So Chipmunk and Zero pretty much following it up, taking picks. Kura with the res there as well. This is looking in favor of Taters quite heavily right now. Dr. Grill being the last one on point at the moment. Doing a good job stalling it as well, actually. I wonder if Zucker is going to be able to... Well, never mind. Nice lead there from second to stop him touching at all. We do see a few ults online for both teams. The Grab Dragon is available for Taters here, so hopefully they can deal with the lamp from Dr. Grill. That was a juicy nade from second to take out Big Rick. Might come out. More of a nuisance than anything, as Taters were able to disperse in time. Zuckerbees is pretty much just being annoying, but nothing too crazy at the moment. If I were Kosmic, I'd just want to group up. Bob does come out, so does the grab. Are we going to see the dragon? Yes, we do. Good job there from Rage Quit, actually able to take out the Immort in time. And yeah, this is slowly but surely going in favor of Taters right now. Chat, what are your thoughts coming into this? Do you think Kosmics can hold? I feel like Big Rick is planning something here. He does have the Shatter available, and he does find the Chipmunk. That Dragon does get the res onto Zombie Dylan as well. This is going to be tough for Taters to come into this, especially without their main shield. EMP comes out from Esdeath and finds 5. Though Zero is able to take out Dr. Grill here. Rage Quit with the follow-up as well onto Big Rick, and yeah, it looks like they are going to be able to take this into point 3 here. Haven't seen many changes from either team so far. I think Zombie Dylan has pretty much been the only one to swap onto Kree. I think Taters are now doing a really good job in dealing with Zuckerbees with the focus fire, so might be time for Zuckerbees to swap and help out Big Rick as a Zarya maybe. Nice nade there from second again to get that purple onto Big Rick. So Zuckerbees is able to take out Rage Quit. We do see the High Noon coming out from Zombie Dylan. Fortunately, he isn't able to find someone, but Zuckerbees is doing a lot of work right now, proving me wrong that he should stay in as a ball. And it looks like they are going to be able to hold that quite well. I think that's exactly what they needed there. Time is slowly ticking, and we're just under a minute and 30 here for Taters. We do see a lot of ults online for both teams. May see that Shatter EMP combo from Kosmics as we've seen all throughout the night. There it is. EMP gets 5, and then the Shatter just to follow it up. Now Taters just need to back up if they can. Is Rage Quit going to be able to get out? Unfortunately not. Zombie Dylan is able to take him out with the help of Esdeath and Mag Dragon.
Let's get you back in the fight. ¿Qué tal? Ahorita regreso.
And my controller died there, so lovely. Oh, that was a juicy snipe there from Big Rick. through the amplification matrix. Zombie dealing with the follow-up as well. They're really using that matrix to its capabilities. Its full potential. Carrot is able to get the res, but Taters really need to touch here and get a full regroup. It's quite tough as the sort of poking phase isn't working out for them. You see early mines coming out just to try and stop them from touching point here. Nice hack onto Chipmunk as well to stop him from using his shield to get rid of the mines. Zero is taken out during his barrage from his death. Chipmunk with 2 picks of his own. Dragon does come out and a shatter from Chipmunk. We do see a few ults. We saw that EMP and High Noon combo, able to find 2 there. And that was a big grab, but unfortunately Rage Quit is the last person on point.
Sorry about that, chat.
You're fine. I carry these streams.
Clearly.
Score.
Yeah, Doc's been doing a really good job with the Immortals and just generally with any sort of cooldown on any hero they've been playing. So hats off to them. Oh, need a pause.
So pause will start at 9:30.
9:30, gotcha.
You want to let them know it officially starts at 9:30. No question on that one, but
the real battle is the internet providers. So I think that round there, it was pretty back and forth. A lot of scrappy fights, a lot of healthy fights as well for both teams. It looked like Taters were doing a really good job towards the end of the first phase and Streaks phase as well. It seemed like Slow and Steady was pretty much working for them until they got around the corner of the third phase there. I don't know if you were watching, but
I was not able to, unfortunately.
yeah, definitely back and forth. I think Kosmic were doing a really good job towards the end there. I feel like a lot of the fight they were sort of staggering in, and they were able to take off a decent chunk
All right, both
of
teams ready.
time off the clock. But yeah, it wasn't really working for them until the end. So hopefully we have no more DC issues. Fingers crossed.
If we do, we still have one more on the side of
Ready for battle.
on the side of KD that's allowed, so it's okay.
I can't wait to get into the fight.
And let's see what we're gonna have then.
Attackers
From the defensive side, we are going to be seeing that Ryan Zarya Polish on the McCree this time around with Zero on the Farah. Looks like the healing lineup is pretty much going to be the same as.
Enough waiting around.
Will you just excuse me for 1 minute?
So it looks like you guys are losing Sevi now, which means you get stuck with me.
One.
Looks like we're getting pretty brawly comps along with a little bit of a weird mobile dive sort of comp here on the side of KD, but that could very much work. So right now, just kind of a lot of aggression moving in. KD really have to do a good job of keeping Big Rick up. We see Zuckerby trying to make a lot of space on that ball. A lot of backline kind of damage and sort of poking incoming from KD. Zuckerbees does go down, though, 2-0, but 0 is taken out by Zombie Dylan. So just kind of right now at this point, a matter of who can get the early picks and who can continue with their aggression and or point holding. Really looks in favor right now of KD. Doing a great job at just making this space and kind of pushing forward. Not sure how...
Just doing a lot of work.
I was gonna say, not sure how quickly Tater's pushed this first point, so...
It was slow but steady. I think KD are doing a better job with the time bank right now. We do see the stall here from Taters. Is that going to be a big high noon from Polish? Is able to get big Rick from it.
Really waiting out that Immort being down, but did force out Zuckerbee's ult there in order for them to be able to take point. Not sure if we needed the Sombra ult for them to take point, but I can understand why it was used.
May have just been a guarantee. As Death is sort of standing still, I think he's got his hands in his face, wondering why he did that.
At this point, though, when you want that guarantee, it doesn't really matter. You want to shore it up, and sometimes that's
to be honest,
important
as Death has been just putting in enough work for him to get his EMPs back quick enough. Anyway, so do you see quite a few ults coming online for KD here? Wonder if we're going to see a Bob.
Justice reigns from above.
I'm surprised that Zero actually used his barrage there. I would have figured that he'd have waited until Rage Quit had the grab, since now they're not going to really have anything to pair with the grab. Zombie Dylan does take out Rage Quit through Bob. Bob just putting in a ton of work right now.
So, knowing something about Zero personally, Zero can solo carry, you know, fights, as we've seen, especially without having pockets and things like that. I think he thought he had enough of a flank in that situation that it was going to be impactful, and it almost was. He did get, you know, people low, and he did take out one, but you can't always bank on those situations being the team winners and the game winners. Sometimes in situations you really gotta kind of hold your ult, but we did see Zero also switch to McCree instead, which could be really good to deal with these deaths, and Zero already more than halfway to ult, so not a bad switch.
As well to deal with as Death and, you know, Zuckerbees, who's just been really annoying right now for them. EMP Mine's coming out though. He's able to find Chipmunk. That's going to be really difficult for Taters to recover from this now. As long as KD have 3 on point.
They can still touch though. This is not impossible for them, and we've seen them really kind of excel on these last pressure situations. They have spawn advantage.
They are able to touch here. There's a big shatter. Grab also comes out as well. It's looking like a triangle party right now, but they have to do anything in order to make sure that they win this fight. Minun comes out as well. Unfortunately, isn't able to find anyone, but
big purple.
picks are slowly going in favor for Taters here. Shatter comes out and finds 2. Big Rick doing work. Wow, what happened there? Looked like it was going incredibly in Tater's favor until it didn't.
I would say what happened there is Tater's just kind of over-ulted in their different situations. They used Hammer Down while everybody was still on the ground. They grabbed them right back up. So, kind of a situation where every ult could have been staggered a couple more seconds in between. Allowed the team just a little more roam, a little more growth, a little more CC. But that said, going to map 5, Taters really looked strong on first map, even though KD took first map. I'm gonna keep saying that. Sorry, KD. Even though KD took first map, Taters did look really strong in their point presence on first map. So this next map very much can go to anybody. It's just a matter of Taters could be settled right now into what they should have been doing on map 1 and what they need to do map 1. But KD really showed a strong performance, so it's just kind of a matter of right now it's who wants it more.
Yeah, and we are going to Lijiang. Lijiang is quite a favourable Pharah map, so it's going to be tough for Kosmic to deal with Zero if he does put out that Pharah again. But again, like you were saying, I feel like it comes down to who wants it more. Cosmic Dawns do have the capability through their DPS to shut Zero down, along with the rest of the team, so could be anyone's game. Definitely excited for this.
So just waiting to see. There's no swaps on the side of KD. Waiting to see. Will Taters be bringing in anything new here?
Polish is typing.
Nice to see from KD though that they took Crossfire out and Zuckerbees and Big Rick are really just kind of still synergized and doing a really good job of playing together here in these moments. Polish for Kuro and Nito and DPS. So it looks like we're going back to what we saw on, I want to say, King Zero and Hanamura for these teams.
Yeah, the double bird comp might be really complimentary for them on this map. I can't remember the actual map's names. Which one's the Boopy map?
Night Market?
Anyone? Chat? Is that Night Market? I thought the square point was Night Market.
It's not. No, Night Market is the Sim Telepoint. It's
Garden?
not Control. I think it might be Garden. No, I don't think it's Garden. Chat, help!
Tempo is saying Garden, so...
We have readies. I'm gonna try and look this up on my phone real quick.
Garden has bridges.
It's probably Garden then.
Thank you, Tempo.
Tempo, you the big boss.
So this one's Night Market, right?
This is Night Market. It is Garden. It's Night Market, Garden, and Control Center. Tempo, UOP. UOP, my man.
Alright, so Pharah can actually work quite well on this map as well. I wonder if we're going to see any sort of Widowmaker. We haven't seen too much of them.
Or I think we're going to see
either
double
just like
Sims
Widow.
with Lucio rollouts and some boots.
Yeah, Sim would be really strong here. Looks like Taters do have that in mind. Kaneda might be running the Sim here. I wonder if it's just to get the TP, like the spawn TP, and then swap to a different hero.
Unless there's something to worry about. As Dr. Liao always
If
said.
you can get those Sim turrets set up almost immediately, that will negate the Echo, that will negate the ball, negate
5,
the Sombra. It will really help with a lot of what you're looking to kind of set up on point here. So glad to see we have that rollout from one of the teams.
Yeah, it looks like Nita will be actually staying on the Symmetra here. They do have Zero on the Pharah, and that's a really big pick to start things off.
They can make a lot of point presence on top of having a lot of span damage, kind of just in the back to sort of tell KD to kind of hush out a point a little bit.
Interesting that KD aren't running a shield here. I feel like they would really benefit from Reinhardt. They've been playing Reinhardt really well all night. And with the spam damage coming in from Zero, I think having a shield would just be a lot easier for the rest of the team. And now with the Sim turret set up as well, it's just going to make things that much more difficult for Zuckerbees to get value.
Honestly, one of the big things on this map is always kind of Sim teleport to point and getting there first and setting up. And as long as the two of you get to point at the same time, it is a very even fight dependent upon your comms. I think in this situation, if KD were running a Sim and got to point first, that Ana nade, anti-nade would have been very impactful for them.
Nasdaq there got a really big pick, taking out second guess, so Taters didn't have a res to start things off. Picks have been going back and forth now. But we do see the Nano coming out. Chipmunk is in a really awkward position and is taken out as well. Purple does come out from Dr. Grill. Dr. Grill's doing a lot of work here.
It looks like we're just seeing as much of a stall as possible on the side of Taters. You know, they were able to get it to 60%. Got a lot of ults built. We don't see ults super online yet, but they have 3 literally right on the cusp of being online. So
Make that full.
well, they already had Moira online. I said 3 almost being online.
Yeah, right.
Do your math, my friend.
I'm bad at maths. We do see quite a few ults coming online. Zero here just pummeling in that damage with the barrage.
Even though Big Rick kind of zoned everybody off point using that grab, so it was a 1-for-1 ult trade in that moment. Almost feel as if Taters knew what they were going to be going into this fight with, what they planned to use, what they sort of hoped to bait out, and now plan to play this choke very aggressively.
EMP does come out and finds 5 there. Zombie Dylan putting in a lot of work, able to take out both tanks and second guess as well. This is going to be quite an easy flip for Kosmic. But Ganita able to take out Zuckerbees.
I was going to say, would like to see Tater stall this out as long as possible, kind of keep the point until whatever momentum they can.
I mean, it's a pretty much one-fight territory for them now, and they've got, what, four ults to work with? Close to 5, if Zero hurries up.
Damage increased.
The Cosmic here need to initiate these fights. Here comes the first ult. Zip Shield comes out. That's a scary rhyme though. Anna does come out. A big beat from Polish. Chipmunk was close to dying there. But the shatter as well from Chipmunk, able to find 2. Is it going to be enough? Picks are slowly going in favor of Taters, though Big Rick able to take out Candido.
Those constant justicing.
A lot of justice from above. He's trying to do the best he can to stall here. Do you see an EMP coming out again? 5 that EMP. It's looking like it's not going to be enough, and Taters are going to be able to take this. Is anyone going to be able to touch? I do see Mag Dragon here, but oh, they are able to touch actually. Is it going to be enough though? Difficult. Mag Dragon trying to go for the res there, but taken out by Gandido. And Taters take map 1 here. Super close, 99-99.
Score 0-1. Ready for battle.
Here it is, Garden, right?
This is Garden. This is what we were talking about with the boops. We already saw Zero excel very well on Defourer, so...
Yeah, this is a great map for Pharaohs. Any comp game I'm in, definitely going to expect a Pharaoh from the enemy team here. Do you see the double Symmetra coming out from both teams, so that's going to be interesting. And the double Lucio, so they're going to pretty much get there at the same time.
I'm just on Shade's point. It does look like we had Taters. I was going to say Taters dropped a little bit quicker. But picks are very back and forth right now, more in favor of Kosmic, actually.
Still anyone's fight. Currently 4v3 right now. I think that's pretty much sealed it though.
Yeah, at this rate, just Zero.
Starting off really well.
Zero and Second Guest should do their best to get out, you know, build up as much else as they can. Get a pick just like they did. Taking out that support is a big pick. especially with the whole team still
Unfortunately,
capable of being there to push in.
Mag Dragon was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
I think Mag, though, will be able to get back quickly with that teleport, as we see.
Ooh, big boot. Chipmunk is taken out of the fight. Taters just need to back out. Oh, they can. Kosmic doing a really good job just holding them in this, in white. As death with a 4K.
Cam's got caught there for a second stuck and weren't able to move. Apologies.
Take it from the top. I will not waste this opportunity.
I think what I would like to see is the switch off the Lucio, even though Polish is very close to beat. I think we need a little more heals on the ground for the side of Taters in order to be able to really aggress into these fights.
Starting things off strong though for Taters. Zero is able to take out Mag Dragon. That shield came just in time for Zero there. I think Zombie Dylan was gonna be able to take him out. A nice 2K from Zero's barrage is gonna be easy flip for Taters. Interesting use of beat there.
It still keeps the point going and allows them to kind of get that up to an 85 to almost 90 percentile, so I'm not mad at it, especially if Girl plans on switching characters. Oh, it wasn't Girl that beat it, it was Polish. My bad.
No, that's why it was interesting.
I saw Girl like dancing around on points, so I thought it was Girl. My bad, chat.
KD do have a few ults coming online here for this next fight, so not having that beat is going to be kind of big. Hopefully Chipmunk can block this shatter.
That they're taking this little roam.
Both shatters come out, I don't think it caught anyone from either shatter there.
No. Nice
Needed
follow-up,
as
though.
this.
Nice follow-up from Rage Quit. Unfortunately, it looks like KD are just... We're not really caught in that, and... As I said, that KD starts to go down.
Yeah, that could have been anyone's fight there, but slowly but surely it looked like Taters were able to bring that back to their side. Do need to watch out for Zuckerbees here. I don't know what he's planning. He pretty much does have mine, so I assume they're going to initiate with that.
Zuckerbees gets booped by Zero. Zero's not waiting for those mines. Found that out.
I feel like Zuckerbees is PC. No? I don't know what happened there.
I mean, we'll know shortly, I guess, if Zuck isn't moving.
Well, he seems to be moving now. I don't know what happened there. Maybe his controller died? Unfortunately, Zero is taken out. I think that was him putting in damage into the shield that he was too close to. But Chipmunk with a massive shatter gets a 4K from it. And it looks like Taters are going to take this 3-2.
Alright, that's going to bring us to an MVP discussion. I'm going to ask the teams.
Play of the game.
We can still, in the meantime, kind of discuss this out. If you want to start, where do you want to start? Tank, DPS, or support?
Yeah, let's start with tanks then. I think the first person that definitely comes to mind for me is Crossfire.
Agreed.
I feel like all throughout the night we just saw his name in the kill feed and he was getting massive shatters throughout the night.
Agreed. We saw some really good blocks and counters from Chipmunk, and we saw some great mines from Zuckerbees. Kind of hard to say that anybody sort of edged Crossfire out, though. I think Crossfire really made some great, amazing space. I think Big Rick Energy, when he came into this game, really filled what Crossfire was doing, had that same synergy. So I think Big Rick did a really good job himself. I am going to say I have in my mind my MVPs, and I'm pretty hard up on them. Crossfire was my tank MVP. I'd like to see what, who Taters nominate and who Kosmic nominate, but I really think that just Crossfire was pretty great at blocking shatters, great at getting a couple of little sort of flanky shatters himself. Not crazy flank shatters. We saw one or two here or there where it was utilized well, but really just allowing the team to aggress onto points and in when they had a pick or two.
Yeah, I think he was doing a really good job with the aggression there. Between him, Zuckerbees, and Big Rick, they were all doing really well, and the healers really complemented them with Dr. Grill and Mad Dragon on the supports. But yeah, I feel like Crossfire was definitely head and shoulders above the rest of the tank lineups for both teams tonight. And it would be hard not to give it to I keep saying Zuckerbees Crossfire.
Taters have nominated Zuckerbees and as Death, so.
Okay, interesting. I think Zuckerbees was definitely still doing a really good job, especially on the ball.
Yeah, Zuckerbees ball is, I think, top tier for tier 2 right now. I can say that with confidence.
Constantly annoying the backline as well. I think the reason Taters were having such a tough time on attack on Route 66 was because of Zuckerbees as well. But for me, I feel like it's got to be Crossfire.
I'm with you on that one.
I can see why they would say Zuckerbees, but honestly, I can't not give it to Crossfire tonight.
Rage Quit and Kuro are the nominations for Taters, but I am 100% with you that I actually, from the beginning, have pretty much been settled on Crossfire getting that MVP.
Rage Quit also done a really good job. We saw massive grabs from him.
I agree with everything. I have some interesting takes on MVPs tonight, I think, in my opinion. But
okay.
I really, truly think, in my heart, Crossfire never super overcharged. There were a couple instances where we saw a couple overcharges, but the supports and the DPS were really there to back them up, and that's a compliment to Cosmic Dawns, just playing with their synergy and playing as a team. So.
Okay, so moving on to DPS.
DPS is where I'm struggling the most. We saw some really good plays from Super Ninja. We saw Nito really pop off. We saw Zero pop off. We saw Zombie Dylan pop off. The two that I kind of come down to a little bit in this situation is Zombie Dylan and Zero, who, and it's hard because I'm kind of pushing, Ninja and Nito did really well, but I'm pushing more so Nito out of that conversation. Dylan and Zero, Aiden did well on the first map that we saw him play the Reaper, but Dylan and Zero both had a lot of different moments that they kind of really popped off for their team and really were impactful and made great moments. I am going to have to go with Zero in this situation. Zero is very flanky, but he does it in normally intelligent ways. He does get caught out a couple of times, but majority, 75% of the time, it's very impactful for the team. Really makes space. It really helped them take point.
Yeah, I think between Zero and Zombie Dylan, they were both going back and forth. Zombie Dylan being on the hit scan and Zero on the Pharah. We saw a little bit of Junkrat as well, I want to say. But yeah, I feel like Zero was just overall putting a little bit more pressure onto the rest of Cosmics compared to Zombie Dylan against Taters. It honestly could be a coin flip, but I think Zero just slightly edges out Zombie Dylan tonight.
Not to say MVP. Also, as Death was ridiculously incredible. I think he was very much up there in the conversation the entire time. I think if we had seen him stay more so consistently on the McCree and or the Sombra, it would be a conversation between him and Zero instead. I think his Sombra is incredible. I think he needs to play that more because Sombra is a sometimes really hard thing for the league to counter, and I think that's really a weapon there for Cosmic Dawns. But I just do think, and he can play the McCree, which can counter Zero on like the hit scan in these different situations. But
Yeah, he's really fun to watch playing the Sombra.
I
We
do
saw that
think
time and
just
time again tonight.
Zero was building his ults more consistently, was using them a little bit better for the fights, was had some bad ones, had some good ones, but was pretty conservative and or smartly using the ones that he needed to use.
Okay, so for supports then.
Here's the hot take. I think we had a great job from Kuro, from Maka, from Polish, from Magdragon, from everybody, from Second Guess. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty hard set on Dr. Grill. I think
Oh, that is a
I
hot take.
I think the antis that we saw from Grill literally were what were sometimes helpful for Cosmic Dawn to push in on their fights and excel on their fights for, on top of the nanos that we saw from Grill. Grill did a really good job of just keeping tanks up, keeping everybody up, while getting those antis in, but also some of those antis were well timed that they healed the team too. So they never felt wasted, they never felt misused, in my opinion.
See, I can agree with you. I think Dr. Grill was doing a fantastic job tonight, but I also feel like Second Guess was doing pretty much the same thing. Really incredible nades. We saw quite a few times that the nade from Second Guess landed onto the Cosmic main tank, allowing Taters to take down the main tank and, flip the point. We saw that quite consistently, as well as like nanos and sleeps. I really can't not give it to Second Guess.
I'm I'm on a different point with you on this one, so I'm gonna ask chat what they're thinking. Two MVPs for teams that barely even took their maps. We don't take that into consideration. So we cast the games, we watch everything. We take the people that we feel played exceptionally well. We appreciate everybody's opinions. We appreciate what people have to say. But
Yeah, regardless of the score, anyone who played fantastic will be nominated.
considering it was a 3-2, I wouldn't say that it barely took their maps. So
And we've seen games where, it's gone 4-0.
Taters, I love you, but I'm also not going to let you pad these stats on supporting your teammate. I appreciate you guys. But what we're asking right now is, chat, if you want to give an input on Second Guess and Girl right now for support MVP.
I'm sorry there, Taters, but unfortunately Jibba is casting tonight, so she's going to get the final say on this MVP.
What I can say is there will be an honorable mention.
Yeah, at the very least.
Because Nito fell off the map, but but both of them played exceptionally well. What I can say is, if you guys had literally given us, one of them got the MVP over the other, technically that's normally what we usually go for to help us decide. Zero, we're not taking your opinion. Thank you, though.
I'll take your opinion, Zero.
We did get one for second here, so we have a Doc. Dylan, you just played, so you can't. Grill and second both deserve it, but we won't give dual MVPs, so
Looks like the only legitimate vote is from Super Saiyan there.
Ooh, what's Nat has given it to both, but if Uwu picks one, we can go with one or the other. Tempo deserves MVP. That's good. I agree, Tempo. I'm not gonna say that I disagree. I'm not gonna say I don't disagree with second. Does Wegsy's vote count? Wegsy, you're technically not on a team, but I'm sorry. I'm still stuck on Grill.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're casting tonight, so you gotta choose. You can overturn it, unfortunately. Traitor Tater for the win. Give it to second.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Then if we're gonna put it on me, and that's fine. I'm fine with it being on me. I'm gonna go with Girl was more impactful tonight on the heels and on the Ana. So
Oh, you heard it here, folks. Give us hot take for the night. So I think that's pretty much it.
That's it for the night. Those are your MVPs, guys. We will have by Sunday we will have the fantasy league updated, and we will see everything kind of going forward. And that's it.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night.